Hey, it's Mark with an explanation of when it is kosher to make moves on a single subcube and still be able to follow along, clicking along with MC4D in a completely synchronized state. Each one of these macros, the ones with R bracket, L, I, and O, are correspond to subcube moves that I might want to make in shorthand on the physical puzzle. But the longhand way of doing it, say the RU algorithm. Actually, let's do one that adds up to 0. RU prime. So say we want to create this cube state. Using completely strict moves, we need to assign ourselves a buffer piece. And the buffer piece for the right subcube that I've defined is this one. For the left subcube, it's this one. For the in subcube, it's this one, the left half of the out half of the left cube. And for the out subcube, this is the buffer piece. That's what I've used in those inside those macros. So for instance, the R bracket R macro does this. RZ2 IX RZ2. It's done an R turn on this subcube, and it's done an anti-clockwise turn on this buffer. We're going to do the RU prime algorithm. So we put our U face over against the buffer. We do the desired turn, put it back to its original orientation. So now we've done an RU prime algorithm on this puzzle. And because it added up to 0 modulo 4 in the twists, we had a +1 and a -1. Our buffer ended up at 0. Nothing happened to our buffer piece, even though we did it the long way. It's the identical to result to if we did our U prime without all that housekeeping. It's almost 3 times as easy a physical motion, because although you can take shortcuts, the way these macros are defined is rotate it to the right place, do your rotation, rotate it back. So it's 3 moves per macro like this, unless you got lucky and the face was already adjacent. So what we know is that anytime we execute a sequence of these shortcut moves that adds up to 0 modulo 4, the buffer piece was going to be unchanged anyway, and the puzzle state really is the same as making those 4 clicks on here. So that's the shorthand that I use in my Royal 0 to avoid all that painful rotating and so on, just to achieve changes of the right half of the puzzle.